For me as a photographer, there's just nothing, there's no greater experience than to feel like that you can photographically portray someone in a way that allows people to see that person and see that if it weren't for just the place and time in which that person was born, that this could be them, and to see through the dirt and the hurt of poverty, instead see the beauty of this person's heart. I always remember when Christina was born, it was just, of course, the firstborn is always a very special experience, but I remember just being overcome with emotion and feeling like that this was someone, this baby that was far greater than what I could all alone be totally responsible for. And I just prayed to God for guidance and dedicated her life to Him, not knowing just how special and prophetic that prayer would be 27 years later. She always had that enthusiastic, vivacious smile. And there's a quote that says, "Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away." Christina certainly had a lot of those moments. There's just no words to describe that kind of experience. Yeah. To watch her go from happy and healthy to literally breathing her last breath as she held my hand over a 2-month period of time. It was more like a roller coaster ride of emotions, and I know that what sustained us was our faith, but nothing had prepared me for this. There's no way to prepare for that kind of loss, and it does test everything, and it tests your faith, and it does either break apart or solidify what you believe. I never felt so empty in all my life of myself. And in that moment, even though I knew this story all of my life, and I prayed to ask Jesus into my heart when I was 6 years old, there was this moment where I connected the dots that God understood my pain, that He had seen His Son die on the cross, and undoubtedly felt some of the pain and anguish that I was feeling as I watched my Christina die this slow death. And in that moment, I made the connection that He did that because He loved me. He loved me that much. After Christina's passing, I really wanted to act upon something that she had always inspired me to do, and that was to not just sit there, but do something. I had no further to look than my own daughter for inspiration, who had always listened to her heart and took action. One of the things that really impressed me about Christina's actions was sponsoring a little boy in India. So this is where I keep all of the letters that Christina had written to Satish, and that he had kindly replied with a letter of his own over those 9 years. Very sad to hear that my auntie passed away. That is shocking news to me. I am still unable to believe it. She was a mother to me more than a sponsor. A dream in my heart of maybe getting to meet Satish in India. So I called Compassion, told them the story, and before I could even make such a request, they said, "Ronnie, would you consider going to India?" Having this experience of meeting this young man halfway across the world in India, and knowing that my daughter had listened to her heart, took action, changed the life of this little boy halfway around the world, changed my own life. And that's what inspired me to start my nonprofit, Capturing Grace, where I donate my time to photograph for organizations around the world who help children in poverty. So many times when that plane takes off and I feel the thrust of those jets in the back of the seat, and I'm heading up into the heavens, I just felt like I was very close to Christina. And it was a time that we would talk, and felt like I was carrying out everything God wanted me to do, and that she would be very proud of me. That really characterized our relationship here on earth, as her being proud of me. That always meant a lot to me. And all of her phone messages, some of which I've been able to save, and her cards, handwritten cards, usually always had the theme of, "I'm very proud of you and I love you." And to be able to continue feeling that as I carry out the work that I do makes what I do very, very special.